right here on September 29th, 1975, that the station went on the air as the first African-American owned and operated television station in the country.
Who is Dr. Banks?
Boy, that's a big question. He owned property. The way that part of the purchase of this station was negotiated was a sale of some property he owned in downtown Detroit, around Campus Martius.
He decided that early on that it's important for people to participate in defining themselves, that it's a weakness to have other people define you. And a lot of Americans get their information from the media. And so he felt that integrating the media was the highest priority.
I did have a friend who was involved here who suggested me, and so I was lucky enough to be chosen to be in that spot. I've pretty much all my life known what I wanted to do. I had 4 or 5 ideas and kind of whittled them down, but that was definitely one of them, and I felt like I was the luckiest person in the world. I had died and gone to heaven, and it was a wonderful experience.
There is probably not a station in this market that doesn't have someone behind the scenes who worked at the station.
Out of the University of Detroit, I was a communications major, and I needed an internship. And here was WGPR.
The station did some nice things, but probably the greatest thing they did was the role that they played in developing so many people's careers,
I was fresh out of college, graduated from Wayne State in June of '79, and was looking for a job.
And he said, and so we consider this a teaching facility. And I kind of took that to heart along the way, and I always maintained that even when I came back, we were the same way.
It was quite an extensive interview, and I was real nervous, and I didn't know how well I did. But shortly after that, I got a call, and they said they wanted to bring me aboard. And it changed my life.
My first step was to go to WGPR, and I think Jim Panicus back then. NAACP's in trouble. I need to get some airtime. I want to do a telethon. He's like, telethon? He's like, give me 10 grand. All he cares, give me 10 grand. I don't have no 10 grand. He said, well, if you want to do a telethon, you're going to bring me 10 grand. I said, I'll tell you what, give me the contract then. I said, if you give me the contract, I'll figure out how to get the 10 grand. He said, okay, I'll do that. So he gave me the contract. I think we called Mayor Young, I think we called him. And he said, well, if y'all do it, damn it, I'll be there.
The Scene was the most popular dance show in Detroit. High school students would line up either to come be on the scene or race home to see their friends on the scene. Very popular program.
We don't want this to die. We were a major part of Detroit in terms of its television industry, and it's a story that has to be told, has to be preserved, has to be handed on, and it's one that we talk about with pride.
He brought in people, had them trained here, got their initial experiences there 2 or 3 years, and often they moved on to other stations which had heretofore said they couldn't find qualified people.